Oh man, we are in for a banger today. It is 1093, 1 versus 3 in terms of camps, 1 versus 6 in terms of kingdoms, 1 versus all for the KvK in Kingsland. What is going on, guys? We are back at it with yet another Ploto Gaming live stream, and we are going to be watching this KvK, which should be some fun. Amazing, what's up? We had Store in here earlier. It should be a very good watch. We have 1093 in this top left corner. And the thing that's rough about a 1 versus 3 is you are going to be already 1/4 of Kingsland, when usually in a 2v2 you have half of KL, or you split down the middle. You split down the middle here, but they are only going to be having perhaps like this chunk here for teleport space, and they have to fight to get more space. We have, this is the wind camp, I believe. Yeah, so we have wind camp, which is the bottom right camp, built up to this top right pass. So they're going to be the first touch points against 93X and 93D. They're going to be fighting around this area. Touch point probably going to be around this tree line here. Behind them, shortly behind them, is going to be water camp. So water camp is going to be on this side, and they're probably going to be building around through the Zig area, perhaps also trying to support the other side. I actually don't believe, I think this is still wind camp, so water camp might only be focusing on this. And then is this water camp as well over here? No, this is all wind camp. So water camp's only pass is this one pass here. Wind camp having 3 passes. I guess that means wind camp will be building out from here and here as well, but probably will be a low priority build. And then we have water camp. If we go to these 2 passes in the bottom left, we have water camp holding this pass here, as well as the initial crazy pass. This pass here is probably going to be the big bloodbath that we usually see, because in these straight up KvKs in the top versus bottom, you know, it's literally just a straight line of flags in between these 2 passes. So it will be very interesting to see 93T and 93B versus against the bulk of water camp. And water camp thus far has been the most impressive of the 3 camps that's 1093's versing. So I expect there to be a lot of fireworks around this area. I expect it looks like, though, perhaps because they perceiving that 93T being the more popular kingdom or more popular alliance, people seeing 93T as the more whaley alliance. You know, they're the alliance that's in Grand Prix, although all the alliance members of 1093 are probably dispersed equally between the 2. It looks like they're trying to push through 93X with 2 kingdoms on this top side, and then probably try to hold with water camp on this bottom side. Water camp, they got 06 GT. They do indeed. 06 GT. Grand Tion NTL. If you move the decimal point, you still don't even get 60 GT's power. Never mind. I thought it was like 1.9. No, it's 1.2. Arvito, what's up, man? Sad face time? Kingsland's always sad face time for sure. It should be some fun, though. We'll go ahead and watch 93T's perspective in 1093. And there are 6 minutes until this pass opens. I have not done supplies yet. No. What's up, Anon? KvK 3 sucks. I wish I was in KvK 4 right now. KvK 3 is pretty slow. It is a pretty slow KvK. I heard that they made it more interesting with SOC commanders, but I've never experienced it myself, so I don't know if that makes it better or worse. Probably makes migrating back more popular though, or more strong rather. New city skin looks cool during the night. Is it the boat city skin? Whoa, I'm already lagging. Hello. 93T and 1093 in general gonna have a very busy weekend. They have Kingsland today. They have Grand Prix tomorrow. So ideally, I feel like in their world, they wrap up the Kingsland as fast as possible. It's like a 960 KL. But in all honesty, we'll have to see which Kingsland between the 3 Imperium Kingdoms that I've watched so far. Maybe there are other Imperium Kingdoms that also verse some lower seeds or some A seeds recently. But there's this trend of 2489. I think 2489 is already out of KvK. So, but 2489, are they out of KvK? Yeah, they are. 2489, 1960 and 1093, all from that big KvK they versed each other last KvK. Now queuing up against some A seeds and I guess 1818 in 2489's case. We'll see. So far 60 GT having the easiest KL, and then it's 2489. We'll see if where 93T in this Kingsland slots, if it's going to be an easier KL or if it's going to be a harder one. In all honesty, I don't think it could get easier than the 960 KvK and the KL there. 2489 KL had a lot of drama and collusion, so I don't know where to rate that one actually. Alliance powers, I'm not in the actual KvK, but we could go and look at the coalition. Let's go ahead and look at the coalitions here. So Scuff Tigers coalition 12.7, 93X at 10.8, so about, and then 3.1 Seeky Pandas, 2.1, 1.9. Pretty strong for one kingdom, but 1093 you'd usually see 3 of those big alliances. Now of course only having the 2. This is going to be Wind Camp power 7.2, 9.4, 5.8, 4.8. This is very spread out. A very interesting approach. Not exactly too sure why. And look, someone's trying to do their KvK probably at KvK before pass opens, you know. It's like, oh shit, pass is opening, gotta get some crystal tech. And then this is gonna be Water Camp 12.3, and then ones throughout the board. So this 87 GR going to be the main alliance of Water Camp, and these two alliances are going to be fighting against 1093. I did hear that there was a Wind Camp kingdom that went into a civil war or something. I'm not exactly too sure of the details, but that was something that was whispered to me last time we watched this KvK. I wonder if that will play a factor, or plays a factor, as to why the powers in Wind Camp are lower than the other camps. But you could see Abusement Park, AP06 and D65A at 11.5 and 11.3 respectively. This is going to be a tough KL in all honesty if we just look at the powers of these alliances. But we all know power does not mean everything. Open fielding and having that field control will mean a lot. So it'll be the pure amount of players out in the open field. 1093 in the past, before their downsizing, has been known as the kingdom with the most players. Now, will that kingdom be able to outplay 3 camps, 6 kingdoms? That remains to be seen, and that will be answered in about a minute 30. Ploto, who will win 1365 or 2377? That's a tough question. I mean, it's hard to bet against 2377 after their tough 2 KvKs against 2429. Like, a thing about 2377 is that they're so resilient. They have so many whales, and they have the swarming power. The thing is, like, in the beginning of KL, in the beginning of KvK, you usually have, you know, everyone could swarm. And then as the KvK progresses, you get lower and lower and lower in terms of the amount of people that could fight to their fullest capabilities. But 2377 having that many whales, Wild Lion, Mr. Hope, they have more as well. Just consistently swarming. I feel like, you know, that's kind of one of the ways they've been able to win these past KvKs against 2429. 1365 on the other hand, they haven't had the toughest KvKs as of late. So in my opinion, they're relatively unproven. And because of that, that's why I would probably say 2377 just in my mind. But we'll have to see the matchup. It'll be really fun. And of course, it's not going to be a 1v1. There's going to be allies involved as well. And that'll prove to be a very, very big factor. As the pass is getting swarmed down here, the buffing marches, if you're wondering why these marches are hitting each other, Zenobia, Joan of Arc, Constantine buffing up the past swarmers so that you can, you know, pre-rage and just instantly swarm down this pass and get this pass as fast as possible. Because Kingsland, even though the murder ball, the initial murder ball is very, very flashy, the main objective is actually to put down your flags to get as much teleport space as possible, deny as much teleport space from your opponents, and just carve out a piece of land in KL like you can call home. And especially for 1093, that'll be more and more and more important, because they start off with 1/4. That's if they build well. If they don't build well, then they'll start off with even less. So you can see that flags already put down. If you look at the other passes, looks like their opponents here in water camp also taking the pass pretty fast. I just woke up, so my throat is a little bit sore. We continue on with the other passes here. These passes are not very high contention. It's this pass that matters the most. Looks like they just captured this pass as well. And of course, 93X, I built their pass, and they actually were able to complete this wall jump, which is good. Get some more flags up here, and we're going to be watching the flag lines as well as the murder balls here, and it's going exactly to plan. 93X going to be meeting up on this side. It looks like 93W, or I don't know which line this is, but they're going to be trying to go towards KL. The thing that's going to be tough for 93T is, do they have enough builder marches for all the flag lines that they have to build? The other camps having 2 kingdoms each. Essentially, each kingdom only has to build 1 flag line. So with that, it should be easier for them to coordinate. It should be easier for them to build. But it's 1093. 1093 known as one of the most, if not the most organized kingdoms in the game. So we'll have to see how their flag lines go. I don't expect them to slack on the flags. This is going to be the first initial murder ball on this side. The next initial murder ball on this side will probably take a little bit. I'm surprised. Oh no, there's already some people random teleporting in. I was about to say, I'm surprised they did not initially start this wall jump here. Looks like they put down the flag now. We have a couple 93 team marches just, you know, outside of the cities trying to delay the push of the murder lines right now. No murder balls formed up as of yet. But this is going to be the initial fight. We're going to be watching down here. And you could see that water camp now starting to murder ball up in front of these wood nodes behind these wood nodes in front of this barbarian fort. And 93T menacingly approaching here. Oh man, this is going to be a bloodbath. And I I would say that I think 93T and 1093 here have the numbers advantage, but we'll have to see how the murder ball goes. ST Wally, where's my cheer squad, Ploto? Yo, this is a menacing murder ball to go into here. What's up, Only Farmer? I saw that we had yes, I've not been looking at chat at all. You bet against 93 because of Kingsland fight? I feel like that's a fair bet because the odds are super skewed. I also think the 7328 bet is pretty decent as well. 7328 has been killing it. A horde of locusts. That's one way to put it. As it looks like they are starting to approach. This is going to be the first murder ball fight of this Kingsland. 93T versus Watercamp. Watercamp having some of the siege marches here. That is the advantage of having your opponents go into you playing in the defensive in terms of the murder ball positioning here. They will have a couple siege marches. It shouldn't mean that they'll win this murder ball though. As you can see, a lot of the sad faces now coming out for both sides, but more so for Watercamp if I were to choose. Although it was pretty interesting that 93T, they're still trickling in, but decided to go in regardless, perhaps believing in their open field advantage. You could see the sad faces coming out from this ST Aces High individual. Just insta sad face there, and now you could see a lot of these marches either walking back with the walk of shame. But most marches, I don't expect to see too many marches sad or walk back. In fact, all of these marches should be sad facing because it is Kingsland, baby. This is Heroic Anthem Kingsland. Pretty much the only zone that matters this whole KvK. Had, I don't know, maybe 15-20 days of farming into this zone, into this Kingsland zone. And yeah, you could see a lot of these players starting to sad face. Some players starting to walk back though. Maybe perhaps it's a little bit of a walk back and forth. I don't know how it is in game for these players, if it's laggy. But overall, murder ball going as expected. 93T able to progress slowly but surely, gaining some ground. And I said these murder balls don't really matter in the beginning of Kingsland. The one time it does matter though is if you're able to slow down enemy flags. And you could see that Watercamp flags are very, very close to this murder ball. 93T continuing to approach. These flags have skillful craftsmen, so they probably will build. The question is, will they be able to put down and fill the next couple of flags on the side, or will 93T's murder ball be able to stunt the flag building of Watercamp? And if they are able to stunt the flag building of Watercamp, that's going to be very, very tough for Watercamp to deal with, because 93T will have even less territory to burn through and go through Watercamp's pass. And now you can see the murder ball is kind of routing here. We have the siege marches starting to walk back, but the real question is, when the siege marches walk back, how far back do they have to walk? Looks like they're deciding to position here, but 93T is already approaching them slowly but surely. And now they are on top of these flag lines that we were talking about here. 93T, will they continue to push and chase KP, or will they try to block some of these flag builds is the question on my mind right now. And you can see dot mode. Honestly, I fight in dot mode for KvKs because it's way easier to distinguish what's going on. Like you could see the back and forth, you could kind of see all that kind of stuff, and especially because they put the rage bars on the side here. But I guess for the spectators' point of view, do you guys like dot mode spectating, or do you guys like not dot mode or normal mode? Let me know. I'll fluctuate based on what chat wants. Let's check out 93X, because 93T looks like they handled business. 93X. Oh, they are fighting the two camps. So this is our camp. This is Watercamp. Let's go ahead and put a marker here so that we can go here as fast as possible. It does look like they are holding on and handling business here, though. You could see that Earth Camp is getting routed right now. People just walking back while their opponents and their friends are holding it off for them. Wow, this is actually... I feel like this is actually more surprising than 93T because this is two camps, right? I mean, Water Camp's doing their best on this bottom side, but Earth Camp is getting shattered right now. Look at the sad face. Look at the sad face barrage coming out for the three camps here. And honestly, like, this is going to be a long Kingsland, of course. But I will say that the initial murder balls do kind of tell who will have the open field for at least the first part of KL. The fact that 1093 are able to beat both the bottom and the right side murder ball is very, very telling and very, very hopeful for their Kingsland odds, because if you have open field, you win the game, and that's kind of the name of the game for Rise of Kingdoms, especially in Kingsland. You could see that Damo to check how many's left. Yeah, we'll fluctuate between the two. So it does look like 1093 pushed up quite a bit. Looks like they're not trying to deny the flag lines, which is okay. We will have one more flag to build before these two flag lines or these two camps will touch, which is going to be huge. 1, 2, we have 1, 2, 3. It actually looks like Water Camp having more flags down than 1093, at least in this bottom side. In this right side, we have 1, 2, we have 1, and then they're building their second. Same thing on this, same thing for the 93X opponents here. Water Camp looks like they know what they're doing in terms of the builds. They're building pretty fast. Wind Camp is under so much pressure and threat that I don't even know if they could get builders in here. It looks like this is filled. Is this one filled? This one looks like it's filled as well. I mean, they're getting pushed back to their pass, guys. This is rough. And it's not only that they're getting pushed back to their pass. People are routing from the murder ball as it's going on. This is Kingsland, guys. You got a sad face, but these guys are walking back, taking the walk of shame. 1 minute to refresh here for this player. That's 1 minute that, you know, you're not helping out. You're not putting pressure on the map, and this is probably the reason why Wind Camp is losing this murder ball so badly. Is they're trickling in one by one. That is going to be a big problem for the three camps. Wind Camp is looking rather rough right now. Water Camp as well. I mean, these guys are so far away that they can't walk back. Their passes for Water Camp are over here, are back here. So the fact that their passes are so far away means that, you know, these guys are kind of forced to sad face back home. But 93X putting in the works right now in between Wind Camp and Water Camp, literally pushing them back to their pass. If we go back to, or not Wind Camp and Water Camp, it's Wind Camp and Earth Camp rather. Water Camp is in this bottom side, and Water Camp's actually been doing a good job. They've been able to force 1093 to refresh. And this is looking pretty promising. I mean, you can see the sad faces coming out from 1093. So 1093, I mean, they're pushed up. They're 1093 is actually at their pass as well here. I thought this initial murder ball already sad faced out, but it looks like that is not the case. Water Camp trying their best against 93T, but this is domination from 1093 so far. This is absolute open field dominance from them. And, you know, people were asking, is 1093 still the 1093 of old? Is 1093 with the downsizing, you know, can they still compete with the top of the top kingdoms. This doesn't answer those questions because these aren't the top of the top kingdoms. But damn, this is a good sign for sure. The fact that they're able to hold on and take care of business against the A seed camps and kingdoms that they're versing against right now. But yet again, this is what I was talking about. This open field is good, but in the grand scheme of things, does it really matter? Not that much. What matters is building up these flag lines and rallying down the territory. Once we start to see the rallies come out and the swarms, then the open field will matter a ton. Right now, all that matters is building up your flags, and both sides here, this is one flag away. 93T also one flag away on this side as well. All the kingdoms now trying to cut out as much territory as possible. This is going to be a huge touch point or teleport spot, a huge area for 1093. They're able to claim these teleport spots away from water camp here. That'd be huge. But it looks like water camp is going to be the first up. Usually, at least for the KvKs I've been watching, there's like this is going to be a highly contested area, and then this is going to be a choke point for 1093 to be able to burn down the flags, and it's going to be very hard for water camp to hold on to those flags. We'll have to see if that will be repeated today. But yeah, now you can start to see the sad faces coming out from 1093. That's the way to go home in Kingsland. Just sad face out, call it a day, continuing to sad face their opponents. And now this is the flag. This is the touch point here. We have 4 minutes on that flag. Looks like this flag will be able to build, so it will be a burn from 1093. At least with the open field that they have right now. Man, this is tough. Mule saying it's weird saying 1093 marches actually out of their cities. That referencing last KvK against 960 and 2049. We need to see 1093 versus 960 again. People are getting tired of that matchup, but the interesting part about that matchup is every single offseason is different, right? Where there's people that leave, people that quit, people that move in. 1093 having downsized. 960, you know, continuing to be that one alliance powerhouse that they've been. It would be a fun matchup to watch. 960, 1093, and it's always been a fun matchup to watch. ST Wally, these guys hurt as he teleports straight into the front here. I mean, you can see the sad face train coming out from 1093. This is the initial murder ball from the beginning of the pass. I'm guessing that, yeah, they are getting cleared out of the pass of water camp. So this is going to be a good sign for water camp. 1093 now starting to build to the right here, trying to carve out as much territory as possible. It is going to be very important for water camp to cut off their approach, because this territory is up for grabs. It's wide open. There's no one coming out from these passes here. If they're able to slip through this flag line and kind of create multiple fronts, I feel like that's going to be pretty advantageous for 1093 with the open field that they have right now. We have 1 minute 20 seconds until this flag builds. If this flag builds, I mean, I think 1093 is the type of kingdom to wait 5 minutes for the rallies to come up. They're in no rush. I mean, I guess they are in a way because of Grand Prix tomorrow. But I think they're probably still going to wait for the rallies on these flags. All right. Let's take a gander. Let's take a look in this top side here. There we go. This is win camp now, I think. So the 93X murder ball had to refresh. Ooh, this is gonna be interesting. The flag lines are getting built pretty fast here. 93X getting pushed onto their territory. This is a building flag. Wait, this is a building flag. How fast is this flag going to build? This flag is not close. So the 93X flag will be able to build, presumably. If I could, you know, just click the flag here. I can't see the timer, but I would assume this flag from 93X will build before this wind camp flag. The sound for 93X is definitely a bit harder. They're versing two kingdoms versus the one that 93T is versing in the south. So, from my opinion, this is the side where the three camps should have the advantage. It's a 1v2 in terms of camps. 93X's main job is to hold and, if possible, push. While 93T is a win condition for this KvK for them. Just trying to continue to push and have open field on their side as well. But now that both of the major murder balls have dissipated, now that territory has been built out in Kingsland, you could start to see that these three camps are making it an ugly fight for 1093. It looked like a wipe in the beginning, but this is what I was talking about. Phase 1 is that initial murder ball, which, you know, doesn't really mean too much. It's a show of strength, show of power, kind of a morale booster, a morale deflator. But the main thing matters once the territory comes down and everyone could refresh as fast as possible. How will these murder balls go? And right now, it's looking like a stalemate on both sides. What's up, Tier Man? My LA homie. What's good? What's good? Let me go ahead and put up a poll now. Who do you think? Who do you think will win this KO? 1093. Over you. 1093 are all. Yeah, Wind and Earth pushing pretty hard in this top side. It's gonna be this is actually a really rough area for 90 or 96X. 96X trying to put down the territory, but if you don't have the open field, it's very, very tough to have to micro your main accounts while also building out with your farm accounts. And if you fill with your main account, that's, you know, -1 fighting march that could be used to hold the open field. This flag did build though, so technically this flag is swarmable. There's 1 minute left, no open field for 96X or 93X rather. And now, oh, here comes water camp. This is water camp. No, not water camp. Earth camp. Earth camp sandwiching in the murder ball. And if you've watched history, this is supposedly should not end well for the 93X murder ball. They're getting flanked. There's no way back home. Looks like some of the marches here deciding to refresh and try to reposition. Perhaps a fallback call so that they can merge these two murder balls together and then have one front. Reinforcements coming in from the left as well. But this initial 93X murder ball is looking really, really small now because of the amount of sad faces. And this is going to be a big problem for them, not having open field on this side. This side for 93T, how's it going here? '93T, I mean, it's a lot more competitive for them. They are on their opponent's territory. They are the aggressors, but No burning flags as of yet. Not having enough open field to burn the flags of water camp. It does look like... Oh wow, what is this? Make a super chat more fun with a goal. Set a goal to engage your audience in a new way. Once you reach the goal, celebrate with your community. Oh, what the heck? Oh, you could like set goals and then that's interesting. I guess that's like the raid train or something on Twitch. I don't really watch Twitch that much. Anyone Pokemon Go enjoyers? Yeah, I play Pokemon Go. I haven't done the Gigantamax Gengar yet though. I don't know if I'll be able to do it. I didn't catch a Gigantamax Venusaur as well. I've only caught the Bulbasaur and the Charizard. 93T will lose. Now the question is, will the three camps be able to continue their pressure that they've been putting on 1093? Will they be able to stay up, have that full 24-hour cycle? Because 1093, they've been known to play these really long KvKs. They know how to, you know, preserve, save, and kind of play the long haul. '93 tucked water camps flags to Zig. I actually think water camp. Oh, this is a huge play. So that's why 1093 is not pushing on here. They know that, hey, as long as we hold back and not allow these flags to build, this is going to be such a hard flag to hold. Now that 1093, they have the flags building here. They are 2 flags away from touching, but this is going to be a huge flag line here, and this could be a barrier of defense where they could hold this choke here and they could just hold these areas here. Oh, this is going to be a huge play from them. No wonder why 93T don't have the open field on this side. This is just a distraction. This is just so that water camp does not react to the fact that they can't build flags towards this side here. So 1093 is pretty much. Well, apparently we did a RCF. I'm in KvK as well, by the way. 1093 and 93T will essentially have this area here, which is huge. Look at the amount of teleport space once you clear out the nodes, once you clear out the barbs. That is going to be a huge swath of territory for 1093 to teleport and hold. Let's see if there's a similar situation going on this side. It actually looks like... Ooh, the flag lines here are not as big. And we could see that the flag lines coming out from Earth Camp now gonna be probably one of the first to touch the Zig. Let me go ahead and pull up the arrow. This inner area here not being covered from 1093 right now. These flags are probably going to be the closest. These flags are probably going to build up to here, and then this will be the touch point. But we're already seeing 1093 struggle to hold the initial touch points now. If the more touch points open up, the question is, will that be more beneficial for the three camps, or will that be more beneficial for 93T? I don't know the answer. ST Wally says, I have 4 days off. That's how you do it, man. That's how you do it. '93T are by themselves. It is 1093 versus 6 kingdoms, which is split into two kingdoms per camp and 3 camps. So it's a 1v6 in terms of kingdoms, 1v3 in terms of camps. And the reason why this is so different from the 960 KvK is because 960 KvK is a 1v2 versus 1. That Win Camp in that KvK did not want to participate in a 1v3. Perhaps thinking that this KvK was over, or I don't know what the rationale is. Perhaps they're like, oh, the fighting would take too long. We want to fight right away. Regardless of the context, the outcome was 960 rather, having a very, very easy KvK to where I streamed it. I think I streamed it for 30 minutes. I got bored, and then I just went about my day and did other shit. So that is not going to be the case for this KvK though. And oh my goodness, there's a flag swarm coming in from 93X, seeing a hole in the defense, perhaps trying to swarm down this flag. It is a Eleanor Garrison, as if it is Ark of Osiris here. But they're trying to swarm down this flag. There is a lot of open field around here, so technically this flag should not go down. Is it going down even with the open field? Wait a minute. It went down. What a huge flag swarm from 93X. And the thing is, even though there was open field, it was a building flag, so it could only be filled by one march per person. It looks like the 93X flag is also getting swarmed down, so trying to trade flag for flag. But this is 1093, and 1093, known for their Grand Prix skills, known for their coordination here. They have to fill this flag, and it looks like they are filling it rather well here, to the point where one of the swarmers said, hey man, I'm out. This guy said I'm out. This Mars guy is like, yeah, you guys good luck with that swarm. The rest of the people are still swarming. Sad facing on a flag that you're swarming is very, very detrimental, because the lower your march is, the worse your trades. But instead of trading sevs, you're actually trading deads. So that's going to be a very, very interesting report for 1093, and I think 1093 is going to be very, very happy with the all camps just swarming down their flags. Ooh, look at how much 93X has pushed into to win camp here. I was talking to some players from Water Camp. Water Camp, of course, we had 2906, which is AP06 in Migration Mondays. And, you know, they were very, very optimistic and hopeful for this KL. You know, they know that they have a shot to win if they're able to put in their all. And I think the X factor for that is if Win Camp, which is unproven camp thus far. Win Camp, I mean, they did not fight in Zone 5s. There was no fight or no touch points for them in Zone 5. They did not hold a pass during Pass 7 opening. This is WinCamp's first fight of the KvK, essentially. And they're getting pushed back right now. I think WinCamp is kind of that X factor for the 3 camp side, where Water Camp's trying to hold on. Earth Camp, which is the other camp that 1093 have versed, trying to be supported by WinCamp, but WinCamp getting pushed back onto their territory. Looks like they are now starting to regroup. But I will say, one difference between Imperium versus A-Seeds is, yes, there are very, very, very dedicated player in A-Seeds. But in Imperium, you go to Imperium to be dedicated in that case. I don't expect 1093's open field to let up anytime soon. Will the open field of the other camps hold up? I think once we get into reset, which is... What time is it right now? 8 hours from now. That question's going to be answered. And it's going to be so interesting to see the open field for all these 3 camps versus the open field of Water Camp at reset. Win fought with Earth in the north, level 7 past day 1 of past 7. Okay. I mean, I guess they fought for past 7 a little bit. As past 7's fights are not really much. Let's go ahead and check out the map, courtesy of Leo. This is the map breakdown in terms of territory. And I will say, this cuts from 1093 here, absolutely massive. They have the tempo advantage in terms of flags in this side. They're able to burn the flag that was trying to go through here. This flag line essentially is nullified. Now they have to go through their secondary flag line and hold up on this side. Water camp do. In the meanwhile, it does look like the flags here towards Zig are a little bit slower from 1093. They've been repressed from Wind Camp and Earth Camp a little bit. So it does look like Wind and Earth Camp will be able to push into the G of Kingsland here. And this will be kind of like the initial territory of 1093. But in all honesty, I feel like they're pretty comfortable with their position right now. Just because of the fact that 93X, you know, I mean, they've been overextending a little bit. But the fact that they could overextend means at least they have this pendulum in terms of open field control between the two sides. And then 93T have been pretty dominant in terms of their open field control. You could see that they pushed in pretty heavily into water camp here. That flag line is burning. These flag lines are touching now. And you can see that these flags are going to start being very, very hard to build because 93T having the open field marches around the flag, making it as annoying as possible to fill. I mean, this flag will probably still build, but the fact that it has no one in it as of now is a big telltale sign. And I think it's a big play from 1093 to just continuously stimulate their opponents. They have people dedicated to just pushing down this side. They have people dedicated to just pushing down this side. They're already burning this. And what that does is they, like, a water camp will not see the bigger picture, which is these flag lines here. What they could essentially do is bring this murder ball straight into this flag so they could start building. This is actually a huge flag for them. If they don't build this flag, then they're going to be cut off from this area here. But water camp, you know, just pushing up to this flag up here, and perhaps trying to build this one before the other one. But 93T, I mean, they only have they have like a full minute on this flag. If they're able to swarm down this flag, that's gonna be absolutely huge for them. Ooh, actually, because of this flag, can 93T not put down a flag? I don't think they can, right? I'm not a territory guy, but I think this flag denies a build from 93T, which is why water camp is probably holding it. Okay. Yeah, I thought about it. I'm like, can 93T build a flag here or something? Probably not, right? Because there's territory blocking it. So this flag is actually pretty big as well. But now you can see that the double C triple line formations starting to pour into the flag, and there you go. That's all you needed. You just needed someone sacrifice their farm accounts, put in that triple line, double C sprints into there. This flag will build. Every single time I go into dot mode, it's like a breather. You hear all the sounds of war, and then you hear the chirping in the air. There we go. This is this back and forth that we've been seeing in these in this 93X side. 93X's job is just to hold, in all honesty. So 93T, they're under a lot of pressure to gain territory here, in my opinion. I don't know. What the new top ADs haven't caught up with Rock in about a year? 960, 2377, 2489, 1093, 5065. What about 1846? 1846 is so strong. I heard they got a good migration in. I mean, they got Gains Gaming in there. '93 beats them this round in Arc. Yeah, 93T have, I think actually 489 eliminated 960 from from Grand Prix. Too many ads in the stream. That's weird. YouTube automatically puts ads, so. Last arc of Sara's Captain Red Lion was crazy. Fantastic casting for that thing. Yo, appreciate that, man. I've been watching League of Legends Worlds, so I've been trying to like, get some of the excitement and hype from that to arc casting. By the way, this flag's about to build. Now they're gonna insta swarm. There you go. It's an Ethel flag. They didn't get a garrison in there. Oh no. Will they be able to fill up this flag? It's burning down. It's an Ethel flag garrison. They are now trying to put in the Gorgo, but I think it's too little too late. It's too little too late. The flag has burned. That flag has burned. So now 1093 should be able to put down the next flag. They're probably saying or yelling in voice chat for all of these people to move. There you go. They're able to build the flag. And now this flag will be able to build before Water Camp builds a flag up here. Water Camp, I mean, they are probably... This flag's going to build. They're probably going to build directly right. And then this will be the line of scrimmage for this side. Nope. Dog going crazy. Next, Captain Flowers. Captain Flowers, like, he's crazy with the rhymes, man. You're locking the dog out of my room? Bro, I'm not even in a room right now. But yeah, whenever the doorbell rings, I'm sure all dog owners feel the same thing. Always barking. Yeah, 1254 was such a vibe. Looked like a fun kingdom. 2268 was so close to get going there, but we ended up not going. And then they got no match founded like 4 times straight. My character is barking. Yeah, it's noise activated, so every noise it talks, unfortunately. 2268's dead. It is no longer a kingdom. Everyone migrated and did their own thing. We have different groups everywhere. 2885 is where Nugget, Farmer, Taki, Bacon, all of them went to. And then the other group, which is, you know, Nikki, Panther, Bus, all of those guys. They went. They started up their own kingdom in 3092, and it looks like, at least from what I've heard about that KvK, that they're pretty favored to win that. So they finally ended their curse, the 2268 losing streak curse. But I don't want to jinx it for them because Kingsland didn't even open yet. So. Got any cool shinies? I got a shiny Darkrai on Wednesday. What else? I started playing in May, so I don't have much. I mean, of course, I got the Rayquaza. I didn't get a Kyogre, but I got a Groudon. I got a shiny Groudon. A bunch of Necrozmas from GoFest. Nothing crazy. Wants is still in 68. There you go. Wants and technically Nikki's still in 68. But there we go. This is a line of scrimmage. Oh, looks like they actually built an up flag. Interesting. perhaps still threatening the fact that they could go this way. But this is what I was talking about. This is very unusual. That the fact that I think this is water camp, earth camp. Oh yeah, I keep getting earth camp and water camp mixed up. But earth and wind actually having the territory above Zig here. They were able to deny this flag build here and the flag line up here. The flag line behind the keep has been slower. So, I mean, if we look at the territory here, this is a good win from them, but then this is a huge win from the 3 side. Looks like pretty even there. Ooh, flag being built. Ooh, what a ballsy flag build from I think this is earth camp. No, wind camp. What a ballsy flag build from wind camp here. I've been following my college campfire people carrying me through the raids. Yeah, I live right next to an area, a plaza that has like 9 gyms within like a 5-minute walk to each other, so it's been great for raids. T is doing a good job swarming this down, but it's been getting filled. It also got built, by the way. Wow, that flag built. That's crazy. What a huge hold from Windcamp, actually. Such a ballsy flag, but now 1093, they're going to be really annoyed with that flag, because now they have to garrison this flag. They will also have to garrison this flag. That's two extra garrisons now tied up, which is going to be very, very annoying. You're essentially trading 2 garrisons, or 1 garrison, which is this flag, for the price of 2. Looks like apparently there's a flag rally on this side here. I got SU Wally, we got Duke. Duke was on the stream for Migration Monday. This is oh wow, I think this is a different camp. I think this might be Earth Camp coming down. I might be wrong. 02NB. Oh, it's Wind Camp. Wow, Wind Camp omnipresent here, bringing down some marches to help out Water Camp. The poll is saying 75% to 93T. I actually think it's still up in the air. This is a very, very good showing from both sides. There's been, you know, really, really good plays from 1093, but there's been also very good plays and good open field control from the 3 camps as well. I've been pleasantly surprised from all of these camps. The initial murder ball from Wind Camp was a bit suspect, but instead of that, it's been pretty solid throughout after that. Downtime of enemies? Yeah, that's going to be the main thing. That's what I always say about KvKs. Don't judge or don't declare a winner until after the first 24 hours. Unless, of course, you're in 960 and then your Kingsland lasts less than 24 hours, then you could judge the winner there. But most Kingslands last about 2-3 days. The first 24 hours is a big telltale sign, because then you'll see the trends. There's always like this huge burst of energy, because every kingdom has some form of casual player base, right? During the pass opening, it's always super hype, everyone's super energetic. But then it's about transferring and keeping that same energy, that same spirit, that same morale multiple days long, especially, you know, when and if you go into downtime. That's going to be the rough part. This is a huge fight for 9 or 1093 though. Like, these guys are getting the fight that they wanted, and I think if anything, this proves that perhaps there is a place for A seeds to challenge these top Imperium KDs if you're able to work together. I think it's going to be a huge shift to the meta if these three camps are able to win this KvK, because they could be seen as kind of the trailblazers, where it's like, hey, did you see this? 1093, one of the top kingdoms in the game, were actually defeated by 6 kingdoms that locked in, that believed, that put their all into the KvK. And I honestly think that would be pretty healthy for the game if that were to happen, because it's such a downer for KDs to go into a map, look at the matchmaking, see the brand names of 1093, 2049, 1916, just give up. So, in all honesty, respects to the three camps for trying, putting up a fight, and trying to break the mold, which was seen in the 960 KvK, where I'm not going to flame WinCamp. I don't know the reasoning behind why they decided not to go into 1 versus 3. But from what I would say from an outsider point of view, they just saw 960 and called it a day. Other kingdoms gonna be attacking during arc wall. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a rough Grand Prix experience for 1093. They beat 466S, and technically 466W is a sister team. But 466S, the players there could help out 466W. You know, try to coach them, try to show them why they lost, and learn from week to week. Meanwhile, 1093 is wrapped up in its KvK, so. One Alliance Kingdom. I think 1093 is very comfortable being a 2 Alliance Kingdom. It was Water Camp and Earth Camp refused to add. Okay, so it's the opposite problem. Interesting. I wonder why. That's why you don't whatchamacallit. We're talking about the 960 KvK. That's why you don't assume things. Apologies to WinCamp then. That's such a weird play to not ally. Perhaps it's just, you know, they don't want to give 960 what they want, which is KP and a star. I don't know. That KvK was really, really bad for everyone involved. 960, the kingdom's there. Compared to this KvK, where I think it's a fun experience for everybody. Oh, okay. Well, we have water and earth. Didn't want to ally, and then WinCamp apparently was, you know, it's all she said. They said this, they said that. But at the end of the day, whatever happened, that KvK was a dud. Yeah, it's gonna be very tough. I mean, I had an interview with Silent. They said they'd try their best, but it's rough. It's definitely rough. It's definitely rough. I don't want to bet against 1093 though, because I feel like if I bet against 1093, I'm like betraying the international server. Like, of course I have international server bias. It doesn't matter what team it would be. It doesn't matter if it's like, I don't know, some random ass team. It's like being like this Grand Prix kind of feels like being a Western fan in League of Legends, where North America can't make it out of groups. Although we do have like one good team in semis, which is 93T. So 93T being the last hope, like they're like Cloud9 or something, back in 2019, 2018, whenever they made it to semis. Expected more from 60GT. I think the bracketing was really rough. I forgot who 60GT versed. Oh, 60GT versed 732A. And 732A is very strong. They're still in the upper bracket as of now. And then after that, they beat the reigning champion. They versed the reigning champion 489, and 489 beat them last Grand Prix, and they were able to repeat the same result. So I actually don't blame 60GT for their performance. It's just the Grand Prix is stacked. No, yo, when FlyQuest took Gen G to 5 games, bro, I was shedding tears, bro. Not gonna lie, nothing gets me more riled up than like fucking League of Legends North America, and Faker and T1. Yeah, Leo, that's true. The fact that 60GT did not use To The Death on that first arc against 732A will always be the question on everyone's mind. But that, I think they were just caught off guard with the Chinese strategy. Even though, you know, there are a lot of Chinese players from the Chinese server in 60GT. But I don't think anyone from the international server was ready for how strong provisioning would be in the Grand Prix, which is why so many international server teams got knocked out in the lower bracket, and then from there the lower bracket was just international on international server crime. Yeah, for sure, for sure. I mean, everything lined up in terms for timing, but it's just the execution was really rough, and the matchmaking. I think next time they have to do, like, you know, the Swiss stage draw for League of Legends, where, if you guys don't know, every single time there's a matchup or there's like a round, they draw their opponents every single time. I feel like they should do the same thing for Rise of Kingdoms, because the fact that the lower bracket was just a bunch of rematches from the upper bracket was kind of sad. It'd be nice if we could see different teams versus other teams, so you could see relative strength rather than, you know, have GV Semi 7 versus 1093 two times in a row. Yeah, when Chovy said we're the future of League of Legends, and then Faker's like, if you guys are the future, then prove it, bro, that was chill. Rooting for T1 this week. I'm gonna be casting, because I'm gonna be casting the 93T match, which is during Worlds. But I'll try to watch after the cast. Yeah, the all roads lead to me. That's tough too. Yeah, it's been hard to watch this Worlds because I've been casting during Worlds, but I've been watching the highlights at least. I think I'll be, if it goes to a fourth or fifth game, I should be able to watch those 2 games. So, I mean, BLG looks pretty strong, not gonna lie. Yeah, I've been talking about all the games we've been playing. League of Legends. I've been starting to play Banner. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I've been sleeping at 3 a.m. because I got addicted to Bannerlord. Like it's kind of bad. I'm like, I could barb chain and do a stream, or I could play Bannerlord right now. T1 doesn't lose to Chinese teams at Worlds, yeah. BLG did beat them at MSI though. Talking about MSI. Wait, I saw MSI is gonna be in Canada next year, right? MSI 2025. If it's in Canada, yo, I'm fucking going, bro. I'll return to Canada. It's gonna be when? End of June next year. Yo. I remember 2016 LCS finals was in Air Canada Center. I didn't go, and I regret it to this day. So if the MSI is in Air Canada Center again, I'm going. Yeah, T1 doesn't lose to Chinese teams. Yeah, that's what he said last year, and then this year when he was interviewed, 1, he ate a croissant, but 2, he was like, remember what I said last year, which is kind of hard. First stand tournament. World 2025 finals is going to China. Interesting. I guess they do it in rotation because it was North America 2022, Korea 2023, Europe 2024, China 2025, and then it'll be North America again 2026. Yeah, 1093 have a ton of players. By the way, we've been watching this one murder ball this whole time, but all the territory is stable now. Ooh, this is huge. Ooh, this is gonna be big. 93p losing territory on this side. And it's interesting because 93p used to be the third alliance of 93. So if this was last KvK, there'd be a third alliance pushing this area here and holding this area here. Now there's not a third alliance, and that's going to be a hole in the defense of 1093. 1093 able to, you know, burn out some of these flags down here. They're able to burn the flags, or I don't know if they're burning these actually. They're holding on to the territory here. So this is going to be a major backs. This is going to be where most of the troops are. As well as here, there's a lot of troops here holding onto the flag lines of trying to push onto the flag lines rather of water camp. There's a huge fight here that we've been watching, but they don't have the troops to hold here. Look at the amount of marches coming out from. Oh, that teleport's sick, by the way. Oh man, I want SVIP so bad, bro. That was sick. Oh gosh. I'm not even VIP 19 though. Anyways, this is gonna be a rough time for them here. Look at this. They don't have the resources to allocate to this area. Now this area is gonna be free burning. Ooh, this is gonna be rough, I think. Yeah, poor Ploto. VIP 18 pleb. Gosh darn it. But anyways, talk about Bannerlord. Yo, I'm the basic ass archer, horseman archer guy, and the Karagits. Or the Khan? I don't know. I don't remember. They're essentially like Genghis Khans. I don't know how to break away from my kingdom without dying though. Like I've been googling how to make your own kingdom. I have like 1 town, 4 castles, 5 fiefs. Apparently you need a lot of money. And I remember last stream people were talking about how smithing's crazy good, so I started smithing. It's rough. Second strongest camp in the map, in my opinion, is Water Camp. Water Camp is shown to be able to go head to head with 93T, and I mean they'd still lose, but they'd lose like in a competitive way, if that makes sense. They lose with honor. Yeah, I mean it's not like a complete disaster, you know what I mean? But they're getting supported now by the Wind Camp allies, I believe, and this is going to be very, very tough for 1093. They got to weather the storm, hunker down, hold their flag lines here. And this is what I was talking about. There's just so many touch points because they weren't able to get to this choke on this double choke point in this area here. Usually you're able to get to this choke here, you're able to hold this area here, and then that pretty much stops the bleeding. But now that they're on this side, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4 flags that they need to garrison, plus all of the flags that like if we look at all the touch points here, it's just so many touch points for them to keep track of. They have another 3 up here. We were talking about how this flag was a huge build because now they have 2 garrisons held up onto these 2 flags, and they have 1 garrison here. Meanwhile, if we go ahead and go to the bottom side, they have another 2 flags here that they have to garrison. Is this 2 flags or is this 1? It's 1 flag. Oh, by the way, this flag's getting stormed down, so let's watch it. Ooh. No open field control, barely any cities. This is a very, very hard task to hold. It'll come down to the cities right next to it, hard filling, and hopefully they have a backup garrison as well. Oh, garrison popped. It's a Liuche garrison. It is down. That flag is down. So a 1093 93T flag burnt. They're getting pressured all over the place right now, and it's looking really rough. But I'll probably do another stream at reset just so that we could have the morning versus the evening, how the KvK is going. Yeah, Water Camp just burnt 1093 93T, and that wasn't a flag that like wasn't defended. That was just them controlling the open field, having a rally, and it is a hard flag to defend. They only have 1, 2, 3, 4 cities next, like close to it. But regardless, it's a huge indicated to the it's a huge point that they have open field control around this area right now. This is not something that we've been seeing this KvK, and we were talking about how it's a pendulum. Like 93T will probably start refreshing. You can see all of the marches coming in now, and then once they refresh, they should have some open field, some semblance of open field control. But I think it's the fact that this is probably one of the first times, oh no, the second time, at least from what I've seen, that 93T is getting overwhelmed, which we would not, at least from my perspective, I would not have expected versus looking at the matchup and seeing 6 A seeds as their opponents. And I'll go back to this point that I was talking about. It's absolutely huge that these A seed camps are competitive with 1093. Because since they're competitive with 1093, it could set a precedent for other A seeds in case, you know, this is the norm where it's going to be one big Imperium versus 3 camps filled with A seeds. It could set a precedent where if all of the camps work together and if all the camps just lock in, commit to the KvK, it's still a winnable KvK even if you're versing the likes of 1093. So it's huge for 1093 because this is their first KvK since they're downsizing. I think, in all honesty, 1093 is performing really well. But it's just that the 3 camps right now are locked in, trying to pressure 1093 as much as possible. They have that pass opening buff, where they have a bunch of players now. I'm curious in 8 hours how many players we'll see out in the open field from the 3 camps, because I know 1093 will have the players. But regardless, it's probably a huge morale victory. The fact that they have open field when throughout this whole KvK, open field has been in 1093's favor, even though it has been contested from water camp. At the end of the day, it has been in 1093's favor. Now that wind camp has come in, we're talking about wind camp being the X factor. The pass opening murder ball wasn't the best, but ever since then they've been able to help out and water camp in this bottom side while also pushing 93X in the top side. It's the Davids. Multiple Davids versus Goliath matchup. And if the Davids, plural, could win, that's going to be huge for what's to come. Because imagine you go into another KvK against, you know, a 2049 or a 960 or a 1093, and it's a 4-camp KvK. Instead of saying, hey, you know, we're gonna lose this KvK regardless, you could have a fun time and talk to your other 3 campmates saying, hey, look, water camp, earth camp, and wind camp against 1093 were able to beat 1093 when they locked in. If we lock in and we work together and we commit to this KvK, perhaps we could win too. But yeah, it is for AC hopes. You hope that the 3 camps win. I mean, I have a lot of respect for 1093, and I've been able to meet a lot of people from 1093. A lot of people from 1093, you know, come in for the stream sometimes, pop in. But now, like, I don't have anyone that in particular I want to win. I'm just a pure spectator, and that's the most fun type of KvKs to watch, in my opinion. Because then you just get to watch and enjoy the KvK for what it is. Instead of being like, damn it, you know, 1093 is losing to 960, 2049. Or 960 is losing to 1093. And just being jaded about the whole thing. You're just appreciating the efforts of both sides. And I think that's the beauty of Rise of Kingdoms. And Rise of Kingdoms has become so polarized as of late, where you either love or hate a KD, or love or hate a player, or love or hate a content creator. When in my opinion, I think the beauty of it is just enjoying everything for what it is. And being like, hey, you know, shout out to 93T for stabilizing their open field. And shout out to Watercamp for having open field in the first place. Like, it's... Especially with the community getting smaller and smaller and smaller. In terms of all of the big players going into these big KDs, I think it's more important to appreciate each person and each player instead of, you know, have this hate or have this inner fire towards like, oh man, I really hope 1093 loses. Not that I've seen that in the chat, but just in general, you know? Polarized now has always been polarized, but I feel like it's worse than before. It used to be like a... It used to be like actually, no, it's always been pretty bad. But I feel like because everyone knows each other in Rise of Kingdoms now, there's no mystery factor to where I would queue up for a KvK and I had no idea what was going on. You just be excited for the aspect that you're in a KvK and you're fighting or you're watching KvK. It's like, oh cool, all these kingdoms. But because these kingdoms have versed each other so many times and now like there's so few top Imperiums left, everyone's like either a big fanboy or a big hater of one or the other KD, if that makes sense. Activity and resources will determine the fight. I think it'll be a very long fight. I think it'll be very long too. Because we've seen that the three camps have the numbers. They have the numbers to actually beat 1093 in terms of pressure. Now, how long will those... Well, Mr. Bean, okay. How long will those numbers last in the open field throughout the next coming days? Or will it dwindle during downtime is the question that we'll have to see in this KvK. Clown, that's so hard. They made all those Drago crying memes. I'm guessing that would be... What kingdom was Drago in? He was in 1365 and he was in 1916. Drago's been doing his thing now though, right? Isn't he in Age of Empires Mobile now? Hey, he's back to content creation. $1916, yeah. There's another guy in 1916. He was really cool. I forgot his name though. Gosh, I'm so bad. Wait, let me see this. Oh, he's alright. I don't know who. I forgot his name, man. Let's see. I literally can't find it anymore. Gosh. Yeah, Skywalker. Yeah. The content creator. I saw his first video when the first video I saw of him was when Drago was sleeping off territory, or the territory under him got burnt down. He was sleeping with the iPad on his hands, and then like his kingdom went to save him. I think that was against Blackjack, right? 10-21. It was like a double Imperium camp. Yeah, I'm like, yo, this is like, this is an iconic. This is iconic right here. I think after that KvK 1021 versus us in 2268, that was 2068's first kingdom or first KvK as an Imperium. And after that they moved to 2489. This is what happened to 960. What's happening in the T right now, where there's like a murder ball fight, and then all of a sudden there's just like another murder ball that comes behind you, and now you're like sandwiched, which is like how all militaries crumble in history. I was watching Hannibal Barca versus the Romans, and then this is exactly what happened, where the flanks were able to defeat the Roman flanks, and then they had like troops in a riverbed or something waiting. I'm migrating probably within 2 weeks. 3 weeks. In all honesty, like, I think it'll all come down to timing. I'm going to Japan. The thing about me is I'm going to Japan on November 15th. So I want to do all of that migration shit before I leave. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to sit in and do all that stuff while I'm in vacation. Yeah, Skywalker OG. Yeah. I played League with him like once or twice. I literally can't find his YouTube channel. Did you delete it? Yeah, they said I was too free to play, so I'm not going over there. Let's go and check the other touch points here. So 93T, what's 93T's win condition realistically? 93T, they could perhaps try to cut off win camp here and try to cookie cutter their way out. Oh man, this is rough. This is a rough Kingsland state. Not even gonna lie. Look at the open field from the 3 camps here. It's just too much for 1093 right now. But that is the middle part where I think a lot of the troops are located. You get to see 1093 starting to burn out this pass here. What does that do? So 1093, if they're able to cut through this area, cut off these flag lines here, that might be a play. Hold on to this territory as long as possible. Push the sides, because the enemies right now are running it through the middle. The 3 camps. I don't know the details of the 2489 KvK, but I did hear there's like some weird shenanigans where there's like a deal made between 2489 and 1818 beforehand or something, where the second best opponent will get some autarchs or something. Best bet is to cut NO98. NO98. Yeah, cut these guys. Then back down and then back down. Yeah, I mean that's probably the best bet for them, but it's gonna be rough. The thing is, once these guys see that their lines are gonna be cut, they're gonna send this open field to where those lines are. So whoever has open field has onus of where the fight is, essentially. Like, you could control whichever part of the map. Right now they're deciding to control the middle, but they could easily control the sides, I think, if they wanted to. Yeah, this is 1093 with two alliances. And even though they're getting pushed out on this middle part, the fact that they have a murder ball here, that I mean, this is a very competitive Kingsland, even though they're kind of getting out pressured right now, especially in the middle. They have two murder balls on this side. They have this, and then they have this. Oh, it's not a murder ball. Oh yeah, there is a murder ball here. Look at that. It's crazy. Big and KvK coming. Brit and KvK. What's the kingdoms for? You guys are talking in chat, but I actually don't know what kingdoms you're from. Sorry. 2377. Peace for. Is this 1365? Is 2293 also there? Oh, damn. 1718. 1718. There's a lot of kingdoms in Britain. That's pretty crazy. I know 1365, 2377 wanted a matchup, but then they got no match founded. So hopefully there's going to be a matchup there, because that'd be a fun KvK to watch. $18.75 dodged. Ooh. Find out in 8 hours if you guys have an opponent. Ooh, that would be fun. I'll probably start a second stream around reset. And then we could see that matchup while also watching this KvK. Took the curse to 13. I mean, it's really rough because Baba is not the reason why. I would assume is not the reason why the kingdoms are losing. It's just, I don't know. He just keeps going to kingdoms that lose. Oh, get a matchup in Britain. Okay. Is that new KvK fun? I didn't even watch the video. The Britain KvK. I mean, I still think 1365 is one of the big KDs on the block. It's just, I mean, 2377 would be a great limits test. I mean, both of them would be, it would be a great test to both KDs, because 2377, I mean, 2429 was a really, really big kingdom. And was a good matchup against 2377, but now they get to fight a different matchup. That'll be interesting. Yeah, they've been on and off losing mid control. Oh, like all their middle flags here are burning. And we were talking about this earlier. Is they could hold this, they could hold this. But they don't have enough troops to hold this or marches. And this is a tough point because this is where all three camps converge. And I think that's why all three camps have been focusing down the middle here. Because you could see that there's wind camp, there's water camp, and there's earth camp. Versus the sides here where it's going to be an isolated battle where this is only wind rather. This is only water. And then earth camp here is just in the middle, so they're trying to bring all of their camps together, all of the open field of the camps together, which has been successful thus far. They've been able to burn some of these flags, or actually all of the flags in the middle here. There's been some form of burn, and they're just leveraging their numbers and not allowing 1093 to catch them out one by one for one. Yeah, there's a lot of boats. A lot of Zenith boats. First hour relax. Sunday, you can see if you could win or not. There you go. Coming in from 1093 Lion. And yeah, we have to give this KvK a full 24 hours. Because there is a jolt of electricity for players once that pass opens, and it drains slowly but surely over time. And they were able to regain control. And the thing is about these three camps, because they're all converging to push together in this middle, is it will take them a while to refresh. It will take them quite a while to refresh. They're probably going to regroup, refresh, regroup, and push as a ball again. Meanwhile, 1093 have been, you know, taking slow advantages in these sides here, able to burn these flags. Although it does look like there's quite a lot of pressure coming out from the water camp on this side. Interesting. And if we go ahead and check this top side here. And yeah, there you go. This is a lot of open field control from 1093 up here. Probably going to start burning this flag again. Free up 2 of their garrisons. Those 2 garrisons could probably go elsewhere. They have very tanky marches. Yeah, I mean, being used to big Imperium KvKs like 1093 are. They versed against 2489 960 last matchup in the same camp, mind you. They're in one camp. 960 the KvK before that again. A couple KvKs back, it was 1818 and 1365. So, you know, they've been battle tested, a lot of these players. I'm sure they have like resources in the kingdom for people that want help with their marches. And it's not like they don't spend. 1093 are an Imperium Kingdom that spends as well. So it's going to be really interesting the first 24 hours if the 3 camps could hold on. Because I know some of these camps, at least when I was talking to 2906, they're like, yeah, we have people that are used to Imperium KDs, Imperium KvKs. We're in it for the long haul. ST Wally literally said that, you know, they booked off 4 days of work. Now the question is, did the rest of the camps and kingdoms do that as well? Because if not, 1093, they're going to have quite the field day in about 8 hours here. Show dot mode? Sure, we can show dot mode. Numbers actually looking pretty even in my opinion. Yeah, this is looking like a pretty Actually, yeah, I think this is a pretty even fight. But it does look like 1093 is getting pushed out a little bit. My goodness, that mode's so much more quieter. I should like it, Loki. Move the cursor here. So it looks like this is going to be a little bit of a stalemate. If we go ahead and look at this murder ball here, 1093 getting pushed out onto their territory. I don't think the flag will be under threat as of yet, though. Just so many fronts to keep track of. These flags are probably still free burning from 1093. It looks like they are. They have a back flag over there as well. And it looks like 1093 now taking control of middle. It kind of reminds me of Ark of Osiris in a way, in Grand Prix, where it's this give and take in terms of pressure. The opponent's taking, well, not taking control, but evening out these sides. These are probably some marches that were middle before. And now that they refreshed, they're now going to the sides here, trying to give 1093 a different look. Same thing with the marches here. I mean, actually, the marches here have always been here, to be honest. I feel like 2906 have been fighting in this area this whole time. Regardless, the point still stands is that with the 1093 taking control of the sides, the three camps take control of the middle. But then when 1093 takes control of the middle, the other camps have the side. So it's like a trade of pressure throughout the map here. How come I don't use troop type dot mode? I could. I reset my settings when I was prepping for Grand Prix because I had to reinstall the game. So I actually don't have all my settings set up yet. I've been too lazy. Playing the right game, focusing on cutting territory, I believe they should win in the long run. A lot of free-to-play low spenders in these kingdoms. In the A seeds, I mean, if I had to bet between who would win, I'd probably still bet 1093. Because 1093, the thing about 1093 is that their pressure is relentless. And this open field that they have now will last 4, 5, 6 days. You know what I mean? Versus these other camps are relatively unproven. Like, I've never watched the 2906 KvK before, or a D65A KvK before. So just off of previous experience of watching 1093 and knowing how they operated as an Imperium KD, you'd assume in a war of attrition 1093 should take the advantage. But I mean, you know, D65A could prove us all wrong and still bring out the same pressure. I think if the amount of pressure that these camps are bringing out now continues, then 1093 will be in trouble. But if they can't continue this pressure, then 1093 will take over. Like, if this open field state stays the same for the three camps, then 1093 will slowly but surely get whittled down as they are now. This middle point here, where all these flags are burning, is kind of the win condition for these camps, just to try to push together and try to take away territory from 1093. Yo, Alloys is here. What's up, man? Hopefully you're having a good time with Lambo and 1029, man. Shout out to all the people that subbed to me on Twitch. I'm multi-streaming. Completely have not looked at Twitch chat. Oops. Let me see. I don't even know how to look at Twitch chat, to be honest. What's up, Twitch? I have 2 viewers on there. Yo, I have 2 viewers on Twitch. Let's go. What time is it? It is 1 o'clock. We were able to watch the territories get put down. They are now in place. should be a good time. Now is a timer where 1093 is holding on, and will the 3 camps be able to hold on as well? That's a big question. I mean, according to the vote earlier, 75% of people thinking that 1093 will still win. Deleted 55 is now following. It's okay, said Josh. Yeah, what's up? I'm reading chat now. I'm reading chat now. Look, I could how do I chat settings? Oh yeah, I'm a sub to Casual because of Worlds in League of Legends, so I could use his emotes on my chat. That's funny. I think 1093 is doing exactly what they need to do. I mean, the flags were like these flags here. Maybe they're like 1 to 2 flags later, but they're just getting out pressured right now on the map. There's just so much of these 3 camps, so they're just trying to stall them out. I think I mean, think about it. This is 2 alliances versus 6 kingdoms, and it's a very competitive KvK, so I'm pretty impressed. I think they're doing exactly what they need to do to stall out this KvK, and they're essentially just waiting for the downtime of the 3 camps and trying to make this a war of attrition. By the way, in case you guys want to see my Twitch, this is my Twitch stream there. When I was grinding League of Legends, I streamed League of Legends on Twitch. I ended up getting to gold 3s, and I'm kind of not feeling League of Legends right now anyways, so kind of stopped the grind, but perhaps I'll play Bannerlord on here. I don't know. Let's play some random ass games. I played Dead by Daylight with some friends yesterday for Halloween. Hey, yo, it's hard to fix that generator, bro. I keep missing the skill checks on Dead by Daylight. I don't know. Once hit me up, ping me if I'm free. I'm down to play it. I told Panther, whenever 3092 have a game night, just let me know and I'll come through. My favorite champion in LoL. Oh man, yeah, I'm gonna be looked down upon if I tell you my most played champion in League of Legends. Can anyone guess? My most played champion in League of Legends. Play Devour. Oh, maybe we should play Devour. Yasuo? No, not Yasuo. Master Yi? Yo, low-key. I do have a video of me playing Master Yi out there on the YouTubes. I'm not gonna link it, but like it's just pure gameplay. I played Master Yi mid. I can guess. ADC is my second role. I play top. I'm a top laner. How do people keep track of both YouTube and Twitch chat? I don't get it. Diego? I actually never played Diego. Timo? Nah, I used to main Garen, bruh. Yeah, I was a Garen main. Now, hear my reasoning. Hear my reasoning out. Hear my reasoning why I played Garen. League of Legends is, or like MOBAs in general, are so complicated. So, I like to play the easiest champions so that I could focus on the rest of the map, on the rest of the game, on like tracking the jungler, on warding, on knowing when to teleport bottom. So Garen is technically what I have the most mastery points on. By the way, I logged into League of Legends. You could have more than mastery 7 now. I'm mastery 22 on Garen. It's not that high. I saw like a mastery 100 something. I forgot what it was. But now that I hit gold, I've been playing different champions. But to be honest, like this gold run, because I've been duo queuing with a jungler, I've been playing Malphite. Malphite's just so free. Just because low elo, everyone just wants to fight team fights 24/7. I'm saying low elo like I didn't peak gold. Like I'm a gold player. Like I'm not good at League. But I like playing those simple champions because it's just you get to focus on other things in the map. It's funny though because when I play ADC, I like playing playing Draven, which is seen as one of the most mechanically challenging ADCs. Or one of the more mechanically, I guess is way more, but back in the day in like 2014 he was like one of the most mechanically challenging, but now he's pretty easy. But yeah, I like playing Draven because it's easy to CS because his Q does so much damage. That's pretty much the reason. As ADC, it's like a crime to miss one. It's a crime to miss one CS in general, but specifically as an ADC. So in my opinion, the easiest ADC to CS with is Draven, so I like playing him. Veigar support. Veigars are crazy because they just one-shot you with their R. Support. What do I play support? I play when I played support, I played Pantheon Pike. Just really disgusting AD damage supports. Veigar and Zed. Yeah, Veigar is pretty fun middle. Zed, I haven't seen Zed in very long, but he's like a menace in low elo play for sure. Or solo queue in general. Not even low elo, just solo queue in general. I mean, this map state is pretty even here. Someone keep me liable, because I always say I'm gonna stream, but then I get too tired, because I'm probably gonna like eat lunch and then play Bannerlord and then get locked in Bannerlord and not want to stream. You guys have to hold me to it. I'm gonna stream around reset again, so that we could do a look-see at how this KvK is going. Just because this KvK, I feel like is going to be pretty rough for both sides here. It's going to be a slugfest, rather. So should be some fun. Panther, we got ignored by Ploto. No, I'm not ignoring you guys. I don't know Gaza. Who's Gaza? And did Tausif play League? I thought he plays Dota. I know he plays Dota because I see him online on Steam. He's literally playing Dota right now, actually. That's kind of funny. Look, Tausif, Dota 2 main menu. Look at this guy. Look at this dude. I've never played Dota once. I'm telling you right now, Dota is way more complicated than League of Legends. It's crazy. But yeah, this KvK, very interesting to watch. It's way more competitive than the 960 KvK. Shout out to the 3 camps because they're doing their thing. Now the main question is, can they keep doing their thing against 1093? And look at the murder ball coming through the middle. Ooh, this is a rinse and repeat. A good strategy in all honesty from the 3 camps. Let's go see how 93T respond to this. Because these guys are going to get sandwiched. They're going even right now with Water Camp. But once Wind and Earth Camp get here, which they're coming in full force right now. Oh my goodness. Just look at the marches just coming through. The murder line, one might say. And yeah, this is gonna be a sad face train from 93T. Oh no. They're trying to push out here as much as possible, and then I'm curious if they're gonna try to turn around. Interesting. There's like some people murderballing up, some people just going through. Perhaps the people murderballing up are trying to burn down this flag here. People going through are just trying to help out burn these flags down here. Kind of like a split decision. Oh, we got some. What was that? No Drink Will. Thanks for the follow on Twitch. We got a bunch of follows on Twitch. I don't know what that means. How do I have a follower goal of 70 followers. I have 65 right now, or 67. I think Twitch is kind of cool because there's like goals and stuff. Like it's way more streamer friendly right now. This murder ball is getting sandwiched in. But actually, it's not the full murder ball though. There's like a contingent of marches that murder balled up, a contingent of marches that just streamlined down. And this is actually going to be in 93T's favor. These marches here are probably going to be sad face in all honesty. Like they're starting to retreat already. So these marches in the back that are retreating are split from the marches that are fighting. And although this murder ball would probably come down like a wrecking ball to wipe out this 93T murder ball, they're still sad facing a lot of these marches that went in early. So these marches are actually getting out traded right now. So I don't think it'll matter too much, but it's interesting. Hey Zorlo XTM, thanks for the follow on Twitch. Watching it unsimplified is just a bunch of William grunts. Yeah, pretty much. William B super loud from time. Ugh. And it's a bunch of Joan of Arc skills too. Whoa. Oh, we got the rally coming in. Eleanor Garrison versus... I can't see the rally right now. It's ST Potato in there. Can't click the rally at all. Alright, maybe I go simplified. Okay. Oh, the rally's down here. Duh. So it's CPO A with, I'm guessing, Tariq. Infantry rally versus Eleanor. Eleanor looks like it will go down. Another 93T flag burning. Now they're gonna rinse and repeat to this flag over here. I mean, at this point in time, 93T is cut off from Zig. But you know, Zig touch doesn't really matter as of now, because you know there's still quite a number of days before Zig opens. Maybe like 3 days, right? It opens the 3rd day, right? I don't remember. But this is definitely like a morale win for the 93T opponents here. As there is, ooh, wow, an Archer rally so ballsy. Wow. Archer rally swarmed down, I believe, from the 93T cities around here. It was Ashurbanipal. I'm guessing Ashurbanipal Henry, Ashurbanipal Jigeli Young if you want the full damage. William Grants are so iconic. Yeah, William Grants are iconic. Still getting swarmed down, but I don't think they could take down the flag without a rally. But they're trying. It's going to be a very, very easy reinforce for this player here. Yeah, they're reinforcing. So is this player here? This is the oh wait. Yeah, these players over here are reinforcing. This is the farm killer in the 93T ARC team. I remember this name. Ooh, should be fun. Yeah, they gotta try to win as quickly as possible. I mean, they are, you know, gaining ground. They're burning territory. This flag line here should burn sooner or later. Like, this is gonna be a big territory gain for them. But I don't know if their territory gain is gonna be enough to account for the potential downtime, right? There's such a question mark with these kingdoms, which is both a good thing and a bad thing. Like, we don't know how in 8 hours they'll be. We don't know how they'll react in said time, right? So but so far it has been super impressive for sure. This flag is still holding on. That's really trying to swarm this thing down. I don't know if they have the swarming marches for it though. Look, there's people swarming at red, which is not a good sign. I think the garrison initially just got popped. Ooh, it is getting very, very low. Look at the white numbers. The sad face explosion. They were able to burn it. What a big burn from them. Now all the sad faces coming out from the 3 camps. The reinforcement murder ball from 1093 is coming in, but the flag damage, at least as of now, has been done. So it's going to be a rinse and repeat where all 3 camps converge to burn down these flags once they start repairing. Once they're burnt, they start going back and stabilizing the outer lane here. This lane has been stabilized, but it's more so this area here where I would expect a lot of 1093 presence. Is there 1093 present? Oh, actually not. Interesting. So I thought it was a give and take, but it's actually a hold and take right now. Nah, wow, that's pretty interesting. Gotta give it to these camps for sure. It is getting to be lunchtime my time though, and I just wanted to do a quick opening stream. I'm gonna be doing another stream at reset. I think rather than doing like a 5-hour long watching stream, having multiple streams within the day to check out, because right now this is what's going on like midday. If we go ahead and do a midnight reset stream for UTC, so 0 UTC ish, I think that'd be really interesting to see the state of the map. We could kind of compare and contrast. Let's do like a screenshot right here. Click. I'll actually take a screenshot. Screw it. This is the state of the map now, and then we'll compare and contrast on the stream once we stream later. I think that'll be really fun. So if we go ahead and look at the state of the map now, this is holding. This area is burning, so we're gonna have to take a look at how much 93T loses territory in the middle here. This territory is holding as well, so this is going to be very important, and it will be kind of the point of contact for us to compare and contrast once we stream again. But appreciate everyone for watching. I'm gonna go ahead and raid War Daddy Chasky. Never was able to raid him before. He is also watching the KvK. Give him some love. He is just started content creation, but he's exploding and killing it, so give him some love, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.